Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures. I've done it. I put a deposit down on a Slate. Did I make a big mistake? Let me walk you through my rationale of why I did this, and I would love to hear your input. As I mentioned, I did it. I went ahead and put the $50 deposit down on a Slate pickup truck. But is it really just a pickup truck? This is the one I designed, and it's kind of a SUV two-door looking vehicle. And in fact, they come in various models. You can get the SUV kit, you can get the truck kit, you can get the fastback SUV. I went with the fastback SUV, or you can get the open air design. This is an amazing little truck in my opinion. Let me tell you why I think that is the case. So this new startup has really good financial backing. Whether you like him or not, Jeff Bezos is writing a check and supporting this brand. Who knows? Maybe you'll buy it on Amazon and it will show up in your driveway in 2 days. It was launched as a minimalist SUV pickup truck design in 2025. The focus is simplicity. This thing doesn't even have an infotainment screen. It only runs off your cell phone. It has manual windows. There's like nothing inside. It's about as basic as you can get in a truck, which makes the price point, they claim, $27,000 or less. $27,000 for an EV, that's pretty dang impressive. The cool thing is, it's almost like a Lego kit. There's over 100 different kits and configurations that you, the consumer, can do in your garage. You can go from the basic pickup to the SUV to the fastback SUV to an open air design all by yourself by pulling things off and putting things on. That's pretty ingenious. Now, the thing is, they don't even paint these vehicles. They're not even your typical exterior of a vehicle. They're like a high-grade 3D printed plastic of sorts on the outside. What you do is, instead of paint, you wrap them. So the way they've designed this is you can order a wrap from the factory and it will show up, or of course you can hire a company to wrap it however you decide. And when you get sick of that SUV, turn it into an open air truck or a pickup truck and change the color. Now, yes, it's an electric vehicle. They claim with the 201 horsepower, 190 pound torque option, it has two battery options. One will get you 150 miles. The other, an 84.3 kilowatt hour battery, will get you 240 miles. Me, I'm going to go for the 240 mile battery option. That's going to increase the price a little bit, but I'm hoping it's very close to that $27,000 price point. It could drop under $20K with EV incentives. Now, you have to qualify for those EV incentives, which means those income limits and a bunch of other requirements, and who knows how long those EV credits might last. So I would just assume it's going to be right around $27,000. At least that's my hope and a boatload of other people's hope as well. Now, these folks have already raised $700 million, backed by Jeff Bezos and a bunch of other, investors and such, even consumers like me, by giving deposits. And they claim next year, 2026, you might be taking delivery of your Slate truck, how you configured it. Now, why is this something folks are considering, and why are folks like me excited about it? Well, frankly, it's affordable. I'm not going to pay much more than the $27,000 advertising price for this. It's a bare bones vehicle. I will mainly use it for commuting my son to and from school and things around town. Thumbs up. Affordability, that makes sense. Second, it's really DIY friendly. I love the idea that I could be hauling stuff in the small bed in the back and then I could have it as a fastback SUV the next day. I'm not sure how all that's going to work. I haven't seen any videos of how it's configured, but they claim it's pretty dang easy and very DIY friendly. It's also an alternative to the extremely high-tech vehicles like Tesla and Rivian. I mean, this thing is like, it's almost like a remote control car. It's that basic. You have your electric motor, you have your batteries, and you can go forward, you can go backwards, and you can turn. You don't have all kinds of extra electrics. You don't have electric windows. You don't have a radio. You don't have an infotainment. You're going to basically take your cell phone, dock it, and a little Bluetooth speaker underneath will allow you to play music. What that means is there's going to be a boatload of aftermarket companies that will make this vehicle go even beyond what it was spec'd for. But the simplicity really is a interesting nugget for me that I'm excited for, because I feel like that will make this vehicle easier to swap parts in and out and make it a very utilitarian type EV truck that's affordable, that serves a purpose based on how you build it and how you plan to use it. Now, with that being said, I'm curious, am I and other car guys that I've talked to an outlier? Do people not want this extremely simplistic vehicle? And that might be a turnoff. Like, they get in it and say, where's my infotainment screen? I don't know how to navigate. I got to use my cell phone? Oh, the speakers, they're not, surround sound blasting music everywhere. So that's TBT. But I believe that simplicity, if it's balanced with an affordable price, that's the target market, right? If that price starts climbing too high, it's like, well, I could just go buy another Ford Maverick for the same price and have all those features packed in. And when they claim it could be $20,000, that's with the federal EV credit. That doesn't apply to everybody, and the future of those credits is all up in the air in the current state of the economy that we have. So that's going to be interesting to watch and see how it unfolds, because it's a bare bones truck, SUV, open air vehicle, whatever you want to call it, however you configure it. And I think they have to be true to the commitment of pricing to make this really make waves in the market. And then, of course, I've seen some kits on YouTube where people have put really big off-road tires. This is not a 4x4 truck, but they want to give it that look, give it that Jeep and Bronco look. That's going to instantly impact how far you can go on the battery. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch when people mod these, when, in my opinion, you're not going to be taking this off-road. I do like the ability to swap body panels and such so easy. If you're driving in an urban area or an area that the vehicle might get a little more dinged up, that's a bonus. You're not going to have paint and stuff to worry about. But how well does that age and how well does that look in some climates? Road salt, brine, extreme heat, extreme sun. I'm sure they tested a bit of this, but every test usually is in a contained environment versus actual driving scenario. So time would tell on that. So I put a deposit down, $50. I'll take delivery of one next year if it's around that mid $20,000 price point. I'll use it to lug my son to school and some small projects. But there's three core reasons why I did this. Price, as I mentioned numerous times. The DIY capabilities of it, I really like that I could take that back off and make it go from SUV to truck. And three, just not having to worry about it. I bought my Ford Maverick when they first came out because I only paid $24,000 for the Hybrid XL model, and it was because I could frankly use it like a tool. I'm not buying this for aesthetics. I'm not buying this for speed. I'm not buying this for car guy, car show type of events. I'm buying this literally just like I have this pin. I need to write something, I have a pin. I don't really care too much about the aesthetics of the pin. And this is the case with this vehicle. This is Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Did I make a really dumb mistake? Well, it's only $50, but if I take delivery of it, would that be a bad decision? Let me know your opinions, what you think. And if you've seen one of these in person, they're going to various events around the United States, none close to me, but maybe you've seen one and maybe you've sat in one and you got something to say. Let us know. Have a great day.